My husband had an appointment for an MRI at UMC. I was driving, and about halfway to Lubbock, I started not being able to breathe.
She told me that she couldn't breathe. She said, "I think I'm gonna need a doctor."
When we got in the parking lot, I thought I was doing better, so I told him to go on in and I would come in when I felt better. And it wasn't long after he left that I realized that I had a problem. There was a lady walking in the parking lot, and I stopped her and I said, "Ma'am, I need help." And that's the last thing I remember.
It was very early in the morning. We just started our shift. My boss, Bruce, had come out to kind of see how things were going in the lobby that day. That's pretty typical.
And over my shoulder in the background, somewhere we hear somebody needs help. They're down in the parking lot.
As an ER nurse, the first thing you do, grab gloves and run. So that's what we did. We grabbed some gloves, we ran out to the parking lot.
Not knowing where this patient was, we fanned out and started running aisle to aisle in between cars. And we found a lady wedged in between two vehicles. She was not breathing and she had no pulse. So Charlie initiated chest compressions at that time as the rest of the team ran us back to the emergency room. We did multiple rounds of CPR. We may have been going as long as 20-30 minutes. For us, it seemed like an eternity. Probably within seconds of us calling the event and a time of death, we got a pulse back. At that time, it's kind of an empty victory. We know that this patient has been down for a long time, and we're not expecting great results. We stabilized her, and then she was moved up to the MICU. The next day, I was up at the front desk, and we got a phone call from MICU saying that Miss Kitten wanted to speak with me. It gave me tingles. It was almost out of body. It just doesn't sound right. And so I went upstairs with my assistant director, and sure enough, there's this lady that we worked on yesterday was sitting up in bed on no oxygen and smiling.
I remember him coming in the room, and he said, "I can't believe that you're alive."
He just told me that for 30 minutes I was clinically dead, and I don't know how to explain how I feel. Just being grateful is not enough.
Bruce was so excited, and he ran up to me in the hallway and he said, Charlie, she's alive. She made it. She's okay. She's talking." And I was just in shock. That's not an outcome that we get all the time, and to have that happen was so rejoicing, so amazing. It just made us feel like, wow, we made a difference.
Miss Kitten's case was remarkable, but we get stuff like this every day. The emergency center here in Lubbock, Texas is the only level 1 trauma center for a 6-hour drive in any direction. So we provide service for a huge area. We see approximately anywhere between 75 and 85,000 patients a year. This is a difficult job. There's no schedule, there's no rhyme or reason to who comes through the door, and we have to change our persona in seconds, going from one person to the next.
You have to go from being happy, I'm taking care of you, everything's fine, and on the inside you know things are not okay, things are not gonna be okay. And then you may have to go to a different zone or go back out to the lobby and have that same, everything's fine, I'm calm, I'm taking care of everything, everything's a great happy day, even though on the inside you might be crying. It's hard to be an ER nurse. We're emotionally drained, we're physically drained, but it's so rewarding as well. I get to help people, and this is why I was put on this planet. I've known that my entire life.
So, we're working with Miss Kitten, and to be able to see her come back always gives us hope. Kind of like playing golf and hitting a great shot. That doesn't happen all the time, but it always makes you come back. We want to provide that care for everybody that comes into the emergency room.
The care that I received in the hospital was absolutely outstanding. When you're in a place like that, a lot of times you feel like you're just one of many people, but they never made me feel that way. I never ever got the feeling that they were just doing a job. I just had the feeling that they really cared.
These aren't just patients. Yeah, I may never see them again, but that's somebody's mom, that's somebody's kid, that's somebody's granddad. We try to take care of our patients as if they were our own family members. They're gonna go home to somebody, and that somebody loves them and cares about them, and that makes it more personal for us as well.
I have carried her graduation picture from high school in my pocket probably 57 years. I treasure that picture. I don't know what I would do without her.
Had I not been at UMC that day, I think the outcome would have been different. I know the outcome would have been different. I don't know if I have the words to really express what I feel for them and what they did for me and for my family.
I would say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I know that's not enough.
I've never been so fortunate than to be working with such an amazing group of people. I've been never so proud to work for an organization as I have for UMC and to work with this amazing group of people.